I will assume that you've read the passage. The second paragraph implies that during Shakespeare's time, what? So what do we find in the second paragraph? That's lines 10 through 19. It's this controversial thesis that Sir Francis Bacon wrote the plays of Shakespeare, and it relates to the presence of or references to alchemy, and the basis for this is that even though Shakespeare may have known something about alchemy, Francis Bacon knew way more about it. So we need something like that from the passage. A, only the wealthiest and most educated knew about alchemy. Well, I don't think this actually necessarily implies that, because we don't know anything about, from the passage anyway, we don't know anything about Shakespeare's background. We don't know whether he was wealthy or not, so we can rule that one out. B, the subject of alchemy was better suited to the medium of essays than to that of the theater. Again, that would actually be the opposite of what the passage would imply, because if the book is about Francis Bacon, who wrote essays and also wrote these plays, then it's equally suited to each of them. C, one didn't have to be an expert in alchemy to be aware of its conventions. So this one says that Shakespeare may have been aware, or the practices central to alchemy may have been known to Shakespeare, but Bacon is the expert because he was the science-y essay writing guy. So that one's plausible. Let's keep reading. Someone of Shakespeare's standing would have been incapable of using alchemical illusions in a play. That can't be right, because it actually says outright that Shakespeare may have known about some of these practices, so if he knew about them, he could have made allusions to them. That's wrong. Many playwrights based their works on the ideas put forward in scholarly essays. There's no basis for that in the second paragraph. So that really only leaves us with choice C. Even though that's not an inference that leaps off the page at us, it does suggest that Sir Francis Bacon was an expert on it, but that Shakespeare may well have known some of this stuff. So if he wasn't an expert and still may well have known, choice C is a logical inference. You don't have to be an expert to know some stuff.